Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm back to show you more of the hydrangeas in my yard and how they're doing. And first up, I'm so excited to tell you about this hydrangea. This is Loveable. So I have the hydrangea Love back on the side garden. This is Loveable, and I love them both. Loveable came out this year from Proven Winners. I was lucky to get a hold of a small one from Garden Crossings at the end of last year. And you know, it was a small little container. So I put it in a planter and overwintered it in the shed. I find that those that don't have as strong a root system, you especially want to protect that first year or two. So, it came back beautifully, and I love this color. It's that clear pink. It's the same color pink almost that I have in the New Guinea and Patience. It's not purple, it's pink, it's beautiful, and I think this is going to be a really great hydrangea to have. The leaves are a little thicker, a little darker green than many of our hydrangeas, and I think that if you can contrast it with something like the all dressed up ball gown heuchera with this lime color here, spectacular. So this is definitely on my recommendation list. Now I haven't overwintered it outside yet, so I don't know how that is. I'm going to take this one in the shed. It's just doing so well in the pot. I'm going to leave it like this for next year too. But I'm tempted to get another one of these and put it in the ground and see how it does, because you cannot go wrong with a hydrangea this beautiful. I have to point out this little hydrangea here. This is another next generation pistachio. No buds on it. So I don't know if because it's going to be late like the other one, maybe they're still coming. It also looks like we're starting to get a little chlorosis, so I need to add some iron. But I'm leaving it here. I love pistachio so much. I'm going to baby it a little bit more and see what we can do. And then over here, we have Seaside Serenade Newport, not Newport. Let me start that again. Over here, we have Seaside Serenade Cape Cod. Now, Cape Cod is that classic blue Cape Cod color. So if you're looking for a newer variety of hydrangea, this one reblooms. This one has nice, strong stalks, and you want one that's going to be that real blue color. Cape Cod is a great choice for you. Now, I had a really hard time finding this hydrangea. A lot of my hydrangea I get from local nurseries. I see what's there. I do order from Garden Crossing. I order from Proven Winners. I love Hydrangeas Plus. Seaside Serenade is put out by Monrovia. And Monrovia, you can go to their website, order something, and they ship it to partner nurseries near you, and you can just go pick it up there. And that's what I did with this one. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I had to order it directly from Monrovia. They sent it to a nearby nursery. I got an email it was in, and I went and picked it up, and it is great. I just got it last fall. So this is the first year. It overwintered in the ground, looking fabulous. So this sad little hydrangea here is another summer crush, which I already spoke about in the side garden. I love them, but I have planted this the exact way you should never plant your hydrangeas, and yet we still have one blossom. So let me tell you all the things that I did wrong here. First, there's stones underneath. There is no irrigation to it. We know that hydrangeas love water. You should always have them a place you can water. So it gets no water, no irrigation. It has the stones, and yet it still has one blossom. I'm really proud of this. This is actually just, one of those things. I stuck it in the ground. It was not a good placement, but there's nothing else here that's going to do well either. I'm going to see how it does after a couple years. However, when you plant your hydrangeas, you should do a better job than I did on this one. Then, over here, we have a wee bit giddy. Now, this wee bit giddy got a little bent over in the last rainstorm, but they look so pretty just trailing over here. That's okay. I probably should have staked them up. Wee Bit Giddy has these real saturated pinks and purple. I have a great luck with Wee Bit Giddy. And this is in a grow bag that's in this large pot. So this is its, for this wee bit Giddy, this is its 3rd year in a grow bag. It's doing great. I love the color. Endless Summer is a beautiful hydrangea. I mean, you can't get more traditionally blue than this. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. The only thing with this particular hydrangea is it is very floppy, as you can tell. I didn't stake it up. We've had a lot of rain. So Endless Summer is just a good choice. It was the original that they came out with, that reblooming piece. So it blooms on old wood, and then you can cut off the dead blossoms, get another flush on the new wood. I mean, that's wonderful. And the color, if you're going blue, like this to me is just gorgeous. The pink color is going to be kind of light. It's a little nondescript, so I much prefer the blue color. I also find that the leaves are kind of this, I don't know, olivey, thin color, the thin texture. It's not a gorgeous leaf, but this is just a good go-to. It gets to be about 4 to 5 feet tall and wide, so it does make a pretty big bush. I think everybody should have one of these in their yard, just because this is the typical quintessential blue hydrangea. Now over here, I have my other lace cap. It almost looks like it's a mop head. It gets so many little florets, but in the center you can still see that there are some that look like they're buds, but those aren't buds. Those are actually the fertile flowers. That's just how they look. And this one is Wedding Gown. It blooms white, and then come fall, it turns a beautiful color pink. It really lightens up this area. I love the contrast with our red maple there. It's sort of supporting some of my other plants. Always good to use other plants as a support system. I haven't even had a chance to really plant the rim gap here, but we have some of the creeping Jenny coming back, which is great. Oh, and I almost forgot this little baby down here. So this is Wee Bit Grumpy. Wee Bit Grumpy has struggled the last 2 years. I thought we were going to lose it, but it is back. It's the brother plant of Wee Bit Giddy. Wee Bit Grumpy tends to be more purple, but is also a great choice for that deep saturated color, and it stays pretty small. Here we have another favorite. Oh my goodness. This hydrangea was here when we moved in. It blooms purple every year, this deep purple. I love it. Oh my goodness. I have no idea what kind it is. I'm very sorry if you love it too. You have to come and get a cutting here. But it's looking great. Now last year, this must be an older variety that blooms only on old wood, because last year there was not one blossom on it. Unfortunately, they were all nipped by that late freeze. But this year, with a mild winter, it is spectacular. I'm actually going to take some cuttings of it, and I'll show you how to do that and see if I can get some more to put around the yard, because it just is a spectacular color. Tucked in back here, I have 2 more hydrangeas. This is Cityline Paris. Cityline Paris is a deep pink. It is known for being very small, and of course all the Cityline do not bloom on new wood. So I get a few blossoms each year. This is the 3rd year with it. Not a super strong performer. I do love it. I'm not going to get rid of it, because it's pretty and it's nice and small, doesn't take up a lot of space. Loveable, that I actually just showed you, the new one out from Proven Winners, is marketed as, if you like Cityline Paris, Loveable is going to bloom a lot more, but give you a similar type of flower. So if you're looking for that small size bush with a deep pink, I'd go with Loveable, but Paris, you know, you still have to love it. And then over here we have Kimono. And Kimono is really different in that it's outlined in this reddish pink with white in the center. And as it blooms, it gets to be a more solid pink. It's a real unique one. The foliage is tinged a little maroon too, so that gives you a little bit of a variation. This is only my 2nd year with it. So we'll see how it does. It did not bloom last year because of the cold, I assume, or because it was young. It is a reblooming variety, so the jury's still out on Kimono, but I think it's a real unique one if you're looking for something different in your hydrangeas. I have climbed back into this corner here, so I'm kind of stuck, so I'm going to be doing a lot of pointing. These two large hydrangeas that are the same here are After Midnight, and they are a cross between a macrophylla, a big leaf hydrangea, and a serrata, a mountain hydrangea. Serrata hydrangea are much better in cold weather, so these are nice and hardy. They do really well. They're a very upright bush. They get tall and they're strong with their serrata bloodlines. One thing about this particular bush you can tell, especially on this one, is that it is prone to getting cercospora, and it has it now. Cercospora are all those little black dots on the leaves. It's a type of fungus. It doesn't kill your hydrangea at all. Some tend to get it more than others. It gets it because it's been really damp. Usually I don't have that much trouble with cercospora until the fall, but we got it early this year because we just had so much rain. So I could have sprayed them, but I didn't. It doesn't look that bad in my opinion. You still notice the beautiful flowers. These are nice because they have the serrata bloodlines. They have more of a flat blossom on top that you can see. They're a real unique color purple. They're very, very pretty. So I found this at a local nursery, these at a local nursery. If you come across After Midnight, it's just a real interesting one to add to your collection. I would recommend that you get it. So tucked in here, I have another hydrangea. It's very small. This is actually its fourth year here. This is Seaside Serenade, Martha's Vineyard, and it actually does have some buds on top. It has pretty thick foliage, nice and shiny, but it's getting buried in here. I don't think this is a great spot for it. It didn't bloom last year. I think that I can find a better place for it. Seaside Serenade does rebloom. I think it's a strong hydrangea. I really think it's the location of where I have it that I need to play around with. And then I have this beauty that is in this pot. We have a couple flowers that have bloomed here and some more buds coming. This is supposed to be Violet Crown. I don't think this is Violet Crown. Violet Crown has a white margin around each of the petals, which this does not have. It's a pretty hydrangea, but I would have to say it was probably mislabeled. This is actually the second time that I've purchased Violet Crown. I'm not having a lot of luck actually getting it. So we'll have to see. If you know of a place I can get Violet Crown, please let me know. I think I ordered these from Home Depot, which is always a little bit hit or miss. And so far I've had 2 misses, but we'll see how it goes. It is a beautiful hydrangea, even if I have no idea what kind it is. We're gonna move to the front now. Oops, I found more hydrangeas before we get to the front yard. This is Cityline Venice, or is it Vienna? Let me check, it's one or the other. This is Vienna. So Cityline Vienna blooms on old wood. It has only gotten 1 blossom for me the last couple years. Not a strong performer, even though I bring it into the shed every year. And then I have another original that's in the ground. This was just a little baby that was stuck somewhere when we moved in. I put it here, and literally it was just like a little tiny piece, and now it seems to be doing pretty well. I do love that blue color. I completely forgot about the deck too. There's more hydrangeas up on the deck. So planted in the backyard in the ground, we have 18, or in a pot in the backyard, we have 18 more hydrangea back here, but there are more to show you. I think I'm going to break this up into another video for you. So I'll be showing you more hydrangeas. Make sure you tune in later this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.